Prepare for the ultimate battle of wits as the fiercest young minds in Southern Colorado face off in a high-stakes trivia showdown. Who will rise to the challenge? Who will claim victory? Find out now on Rocky Mountain Quiz Kids.
Welcome to Rocky Mountain Quiz Kids, where we have the brightest students from dozens of schools all across Southern Colorado competing in a tournament for a chance to advance to the finals with a cash prize on the line. I'm your host, Scott Kilberry. We're very excited about today's semifinal matchup between the Classical Academy and Lamar. We have the Titans taking on the Thunder. Let's get some introductions underway right now. Take it away, Classical Academy.
I'm Nathan. I'm a junior.
I'm Davis. I'm a junior.
My name is Maddox Autry, and I'm a senior.
I'm Aiden, and I'm a senior.
Nice to see you guys again, and good luck. How about Lamar? Take it away.
My name's McKenna, and I'm a junior.
I'm Maverick Medina, and I'm a junior.
I'm Braxton Brook, and I'm a junior.
I'm Armand Gill, and I'm a senior.
Nice to see you guys again as well, and good luck. So, we're going to begin with a buzz-in round, like usual. In this opening round, there will be 3 minutes on the clock. First team to buzz in after I begin reading will be given the opportunity to answer the question within 5 seconds. Now, if it's incorrect, then the other team would then have a chance to answer that same question. Teams will then be awarded 10 points for the correct answer till the final round, when there is also another buzz-in round, but all the correct answers then will be worth 20 points. So we're putting the time on the clock right now. Teams understand what we're up against here. Getting ready for the beginning of the semifinal matchup beginning now. What state where coal miners were killed in 1914's Ludlow Massacre? Braxton.
Colorado?
Colorado is correct, and you are on the board for Lamar. Next question. What devices contained in a sealed vacuum were used by J.J. Thomson to discover the electron and were the components of old television screens? Davis.
Cathode ray tubes.
That is right. Both teams on the board now. Next question. What Cavalier poet claimed that iron bars do not make a cage in his poem To Althea from Prison? Aiden.
Yates.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Lamar, you want to get a try? We were looking for Lovelace, Richard Lovelace. Next question. What organization whose official magazine, The Crisis, was edited by W.E.B. Du Bois, was founded in 1909 and was to advocate for African Americans? Davis.
NAACP.
That is correct. What European country's economy has been buoyed by the success of Ozempic manufactured? Nathan.
Denmark.
Denmark is correct. What author who read her poem on the pulse of morning at Bill Clinton's first inauguration wrote the autobiography I Know Why the Cage Bird? Aiden.
Maya Angelou.
Maya Angelou is correct. Next question. What country, which contains the Hanging Church and Al-Azhar University, is home to St. Mark's Coptic Orthodox Cathedral in its capital? Davis.
Egypt.
Egypt is correct. Jucha is the state ideology of? Davis.
North Korea.
That's correct. What president, targeted by the slogan Mama, Where's My Pa, crushed the Pullman strike in 1894 during the second? Maverick.
Reagan.
Oh my God. I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Classical Academy. Want to give it a try?
Grover Cleveland.
That is, Grover Cleveland is correct. Next question. What Asian country is the setting of the 2023 musical Here Lies Love, which depicts the 1986 revolution that deposed its dictator? Braxton.
South Korea.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. That deposed its dictator Ferdinand Marcos. Davis.
Philippines.
Philippines is correct. What 1966 Supreme Court case, which stemmed from the arrest of an accused rapist in Phoenix, held that? Davis?
Miranda v. Arizona.
That is correct. For over 40 years, Jerry Lewis hosted a Labor Day telethon benefiting people with what condition? With a Duchenne type in which muscle breaks down. Nathan.
Atrophy.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Lamar, you want to give it a try? Maverick?
Polio.
We're looking for muscular dystrophy. Yeah. But the buzzer just went off. That indicates that it brings us to the close of this, but it also is it time for our Power Pass question of the day, brought to you by the Pikes Peak Library District.
Which movie character was played by the same actor for 24 years across 9 Marvel films?
Armand.
Tony Stark.
No, that's incorrect. Classical Academy?
Wolverine.
Wolverine is correct.
Wolverine has sliced his way through the X-Men franchise for over 2 decades, played by Hugh Jackman. If you're in the mood for a movie marathon, remember that Pikes Peak Library District has tons of movies you can borrow.
We have 3 more rounds to play. The volleyball round coming up next. You're watching Rocky Mountain Quiz Kids. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Rocky Mountain Quiz Kids. Time now for the second round, the volleyball round. Volleyball round is a conferring round, which teams have 4 minutes to answer the question, where we encourage the teams to work as a team so they have the opportunity to huddle up and answer through their captain. So we proceed to do that as well. Now, during the commercial break, we did a coin flip. Classical Academy won. They have deferred, and they will go first in the lightning round. So Lamar will go first in this volleyball round to clear that up. The volleyball round, now we're not going to ask each team the same question. It's going to be a different question, just one question at a time, and volley back and forth with a new question. Our teams understand what we're up against, and we're ready. Just answer, there's no need to buzz in, just answer through your captain. Beginning now with Lamar. During a conversation with the rowboat, Angus convinces Winnie Foster not to drink from an enchanted spring in what children's novel by Natalie Babbitt?
Peter Rabbit.
We were looking for Tuck Everlasting. Over here to the Classical Academy, what playwright described a performance of the Dance at the Seven Veils in Salome and featured Jack and Algernon in The Importance of Being Earnest?
Oscar Wilde.
That is correct. Back over here to Lamar, what black singer who had hits with Another Saturday Night and the 1964 civil rights anthem, A Change Is Gonna Come, was called the King of Soul?
Aretha Franklin.
We were looking for Sam Cooke. Back over to TCA, what man who in the 2004 arc Birthright is exposed to a radiation pulse that causes sudden hair loss, lives in Metropolis, and is Superman's nemesis?
Lex Luthor. Lex Luthor.
That's correct. Back over here to Lamar. What composer wrote a string trio work titled Ganz Klein Nachtmusik that was discovered in 2024 and premiered in his hometown of Salzburg, Austria?
Beethoven.
We were looking for Mozart. Back over here to TCA. The Kimberley process is a certification scheme meant to stop the trade of so-called conflict type of what objects?
Diamonds.
Diamonds is correct. The Alexander Archipelago is in what U.S. state that borders the Yukon Territory, controls the Aleutian Islands, and contains
Alaska.
the city? Yes, Alaska is correct. What meetings, this is for TCA, what meetings for electing a new pope were named after the fact that the voting cardinals were once locked in a room until reaching a decision?
No, I don't know.
Give it a try, TCA.
Locked room debate.
We were looking for conclaves. Lamar, back over here, what Dutch artist illustrated 126 of his home country's idioms in the 1559 painting Netherlandish Proverbs and painted the Hunters in the Snow?
Vermeer.
We were looking for Peter Bruegel or Bruegel. TCA, what 10,000-mile wide feature, which was a swirling elliptical form, is an intense, centuries-old anticyclone in the southern hemisphere of Jupiter?
Great Red Spot.
Yes, that's right. Back over here to Lamar, what region whose inhabitants are called Yoopers is home to the city of Marquette and is linked to the rest of the state by the Mackinac Bridge?
Michigan Peninsula.
We were looking for the Upper Peninsula. Peninsula is what they call this specifically, the region. What element whose alloys are known as amalgams is found in the core cinnabar?
Mercury.
That's correct. Back over here to Lamar, what drug, a diuretic that is a derivative of purine and binds to adenosine receptors, has a stimulant effect and is found in tea and coffee?
Caffeine.
Caffeine is correct. Next question. The former British colonies of Rhodesia became Malawi, Zimbabwe, and what country whose President Kenneth Kaunda was in power?
Zambia.
Zambia is correct. Back over here to Lamar. What author wrote about a teenager known as Junior who lives on Washington Reservation in the Absolutely True Diary of a Part-Time Indian? Give it a try, Lamar.
Pass.
We're looking for Sherman Alexie. Buzzer means that it concludes the second round. As it stands right now, the Classical Academy with 160, Lamar's 30. This also means that it is time for a School of Rock quiz code. Viewers, please head to fox21news.com, click on contests, or scan the QR code to enter the code word for a chance to win a gift card from the School of Rock code word of the day. Today's code word is Mercury. Still have a couple more rounds to go. Watch a Rocky Mountain Quiz Kids, a lightning round coming up next. Welcome back. We're halfway through the competition. Time now for the lightning round. Since Lamar went first in the previous round, that means that the Classical Academy has the opportunity to go first in the lightning round and pick among the 4 categories. Before we do that, we do have a substitution for TCA. Who do we have over here for the Titans?
Hi, I'm Noah. I'm a senior.
Noah, nice to meet you, and good luck as we get ready for the third round. Let's lay down some of the rules here. You have 60 seconds on the clock to answer 10 questions. You can always pass to revisit the question if there's still time on the clock. But if you don't get to those or something is answered incorrectly, that means the other team will have an opportunity with 30 seconds on the clock to answer those same questions and vice versa. Teams understand what we're up against here? So let me introduce some of the 4 categories, and the Classical Academy, you'll have an opportunity to select among these. First category is bones. Name these bones in the human body. The American West, answer the following about the American West. Third category, East Asian loan words. Give these words borrowed into English from Chinese, Japanese, or Korean. Texas, answer the following about Texas.
Texas. We'll go with Texas.
Texas it is. Once again, Texas, answer the following about Texas, and you've already begun to huddle up, and so have you. Lamar, get the pen and paper out, because in case they don't get to a question, we'll give you 30 seconds to answer what they don't get to. Putting 60 seconds on the clock. Questions about Texas, beginning now. Its capital.
Austin.
Correct. Its governor since 2015.
Greg Abbott.
Correct. River that forms Texas border with Mexico.
Rio Grande.
Correct. Texas-born artist of the album Cowboy Carter.
Pass.
Its most populous city.
Houston.
Correct. Texas politician who was Franklin Roosevelt's first vice president.
John Hinsgarner.
That is correct. Its state flower, whose species include the silvery lupine.
The iris. Iris.
That one's incorrect. State University, home to the Red Raiders sports team.
Texas Tech. Texas Tech.
That is right. Texan author of the Pulitzer Prize-winning novel Lonesome Dove.
Pass.
Mexican general defeated at the Battle of San Jacinto.
Santa Ana.
That's correct. And back to the questions that you passed on, the Texas-born artist of the album Cowboy Carter. All right, time is up. Nevertheless, you put some more points on the board. Classical Academy at 2:30. Lamar, chance to gain some ground here. 30 seconds on the clock to answer what they didn't get to. Texas. Answer the following questions about Texas. Got 30 seconds. Beginning now. Texas-born artist of the album Cowboy Carter.
Beyonce.
That is correct. Next question. It's state flower, whose species includes...
Yellow rose.
I'm sorry, that one's incorrect. A Texas author of the Pulitzer Prize-winning novel Lonesome Dove.
Mark Twain.
Well, time is up. We were looking for Larry McMurtry, and the state flower is the bluebonnet. But now it's a chance for Lamar. You can select among the 3 remaining categories. We have bones. Name these bones in the human body. The American West. Answer the following about the American West. East Asian loan words. Give these words borrowed into English from Chinese, Japanese, or Korean.
Could we choose American West?
Yes, you can. The American West. Answer the following about the American West. We're going to put 60 seconds on the clock. Any questions you don't get to, Classical Academy will have 30 seconds to address those. Team ready? American West, beginning now. State where gold found in 1848 at Sutter's Mill sparked a
California.
rush. That is correct. Religious group Brigham Young guided to Utah.
Mormons.
Yes, we'll accept that. Short-lived horseback mail service out of St. Joseph, Missouri.
Pony Express.
That's correct. Nickname for participants in the land rush of 1889, shared by the state of Oklahoma.
Sooners.
Repeat that.
Sooners.
Sooners, correct. Future state where Wild Bill Hickok was killed in Deadwood.
Pass.
Dentist who accompanied Wyatt Earp at the OK Corral.
Doc Holliday.
That's correct. A creek where Lakota was massacred by U.S. troops in 1890.
Sand Creek.
That one's incorrect. Woman nicknamed Little Sure Shot by Sitting Bull.
Pass.
Technology invented by Joseph Glidden that closed the open range for cattle. Time's up, though. You came to an end there. That means we have 30 seconds on the board for the Classical Academy to answer what they didn't get to about the American West. Team ready?
Yep.
Beginning now. Future state where Wild Bill Hickok was killed in Deadwood.
Arizona.
That one's incorrect. Creek where Lakota were massacred by
Wounded
U.S.
Knee.
troops. Wounded Knee is correct. Woman nicknamed Little Sure Shot by Sitting Bull.
Pass.
Technology invented by Joseph Glidden.
Barbed wire.
Barbed wire is correct. Historian who proposed the frontier thesis about American expansion. Okay, time is up. The answer to that was Frederick Jackson Turner and Annie Oakley, the Little Sure Shot.
Oh, I knew. Yeah.
And South Dakota, future Bill Hickok killed in Deadwood. Classical Academy up 250 to Lamar's 90. We still have plenty of game to be played here. We're going to find out who advances to the final. You're watching Rocky Mountain Quiz Kids. We'll be right back. Welcome back. It is time now for our final challenge. It's a 3-minute buzz-in round similar to the first round. But this time around, the correct answers are worth 20 points. Remember, not a conferring round, so when you buzz in to answer, you need to answer that question within 5 seconds. Just wait for me to acknowledge you. If it is incorrect, the other team will then have an opportunity to answer as well. Teams ready for the final round of the semifinal matchup. Beginning now. What woman whose portrait by Amy Sherrill showed her with grayscale skin and a white dress with a geometric pattern? Braxton.
Elizabeth I.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect, but the rest of the question is, wrote the 2018 memoir Becoming? Aiden?
Michelle Obama.
Michelle Obama is correct. What company provides EC2, S3, and other cloud services through its AWS subsidiary? And Nathan?
Amazon.
Amazon is correct. Noumea is the capital of Pacific. Braxton.
French Polynesia.
Sure, that's incorrect. The rest of the question is French territory in the Pacific, which has the largest deposits of nickel. TCA? Davis?
New Caledonia.
Yes, that is correct. In what city did Abraham Ribikoff denounce Gestapo tactics by police during the 1968 Democratic National Convention, angering Mayor Richard Daley? Braxton.
Chicago.
Chicago's right. What treaty, whose signatures returned land taken from each other in the Midwest and Canada, ended the War of 1812? Braxton.
Treaty of Rotterdam.
Sorry, that's incorrect. TCA? Nathan?
Treaty of Ghent.
Treaty of Ghent is correct. What airline's potential acquisition by JetBlue was blocked by the FTC? Nathan?
Spirit.
Spirit is correct. In a 2004 film, Leonardo DiCaprio played what reclusive aviator and businessman whose company created a wooden aircraft called the Spruce Goose? Davis.
Charles Lindbergh.
Sorry, that's incorrect. Lamar, you want to give it a try? We were looking for Howard Hughes. In what city, whose orchestra's summer home is at Tanglewood, is also home to the namesake Pops Orchestra that plays a symphony hall in Massachusetts? Nathan.
Boston.
Boston is correct. Next question. During World War I, Crystal Eastman co-founded what U.S. human rights group, often known by a Braxton. All right, let me finish the rest of the question. TCA, you have a chance here. Often known by a four-letter initialism that defends free speech. Aiden?
ADF.
We were looking for the ACLU, American Civil Liberties Union. In 2024, what team made a trade deadline deal for Jack Laherty? Had pitcher Tyler Glasnow. Maverick?
The Dodgers.
That is correct. Next question, what office, which ran tent governments or Bakufu during the Kamakura, Ashikaga, and Tokugawa periods, held actual powers? Braxton.
The Shogunate.
The Shogun will accept that. And that, we heard the buzzer right there, that concludes the final round. Lamar with 150 to the Classical Academy's 370. That means the Titans are advancing to the finals. Congratulations on a great game. Lamar, you had a great run as well. We appreciate you being in, and good job as well. We hope you enjoyed yourselves. And we hope you at home also enjoyed this contest. We hope you tune in next week for the finals. Be sure to watch right here, the Rocky Mountain Quiz Kids. You can see it at 5:30 on Sundays on SoCo CW. We'll see you then.